Joe Justice here, coming to you live. It is May 23rd, 2023. That's Tuesday. I like to call that Transformation Tuesday, and I am here with you live. Did you miss me yesterday on Motivation Monday? I missed you. I was super busy, and I had a big event that we had coming up, and I wasn't able to make it. But I am here today, and I am ready to rock your world another time. So what are we talking about when it comes to Transformation Tuesday today? Well, first of all, before I get any farther into what I'm discussing today, or any further, I should say, there's a difference between the word farther and further, in case you don't know. Further is an idea, and farther is a distance, just so you know. A little bit of a English lesson for you this morning. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about today was to make sure that if you need a little extra push, a little help, a little motivation, you can join my challenge group. I've started all May long. I've been working on that challenge group Mondays and Fridays. You can join and be part of that. Just go to joejustice.org/join. And I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it so much that the plan is to do it all through June. So that will be the plan, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing as we bring that kind of stuff to you. So I hope that you join us, and I hope that you become part of it. joejustice.org/join. So I wanted to talk today about a really interesting topic when it comes to Transformation Tuesday. Transformation is difficult, and the biggest reason that transformation is difficult, I think, is primarily due to behavioral reasons. So I've been thinking a lot about the way that the approach that I have to health, fitness, and that type of stuff, improving yourself. You'll notice that I don't do a whole lot of talking when it comes to how to do a bench press so that it, targets your triceps more, or how to do a lunge to target your quads more, or your glutes, or that type of stuff. And that stuff's all valuable in its own way, and I don't want to disparage you, that kind of stuff, but you'll notice the stuff that I talk about is more about modifying your behavior and modifying your approach, modifying your thoughts, modifying your cognitive approach to things. And basically, the way that I look at health, fitness, whether it comes to exercise or whether you're talking about, eating right, no matter what it is, the approach that I have is an approach of behavioral theory, or cognitive behavioral therapy is kind of the approach that I have to things. So behavioral theory kind of goes back to basically this guy named B.F. Skinner, and I am going to totally butcher this because I don't have a whole lot, whole books have been written about B.F. Skinner and his theories. He wrote tons of books himself, so I'm super simplifying this. It's a great topic to look into, and it's very interesting if you want to look into it. Basically, Skinner believed that everything was behavioral. So the reason that you do what you do is because you get used to it by just doing those types of behaviors, basically habits, and you get used to these habits. And then the cognitive theorist kind of came in and added on to that the whole idea that you have thoughts and emotion that drive your behavior. So you kind of get like this mix between the two with cognitive behavioral therapy, which is kind of the approach that I have when it comes to improving anything in your life, no matter what it is. If you want to lose weight, if you want to eat better, if you want to exercise, if you want to improve your relationships, if you want to make more money, if you want to, no matter what it is, if you take a cognitive behavioral approach, you can modify small things, and in those small things, in those small modifications, you can make big changes over time. So basically, what you want to think about when you're thinking about this type of a concept when it comes to behavioral theory, cognitive behavioral theory, and that kind of therapy is, you have thoughts, you have emotions. You're actually driven by all kinds of things, especially physically. You're basically driven by a committee. You have a way to kind of think of it is that you have different spirits that reside inside you, and kind of a more biological way to think about it is, your stomach has an opinion, your brain has an opinion, your feet have their own opinions, your legs, they have their own opinions. So, you have all of these different bodily processes. Your nervous system has its opinion, your eyes have its opinion. You've got all of these different things going on, and they kind of battle it out underneath the surface, which is kind of like what Freud kind of got into as well. That's, the subconscious is kind of the concept behind there. But it's your body, and different thoughts and memories and emotions and all of these different things. They all kind of have their own ideas of what they want to do. And then you, who you are ultimately the things that come forth. So you are kind of a committee that moves forward in the world. And that's really kind of the way to think of it. So you get all of these negative emotions. So negative emotions, pathological are emotions that are, so pathological behavior is like behavior that's negative for you. So, and there's like, extreme examples of that, like eating disorders, cutting on yourself, drug addiction. Those are kind of pathological behaviors. So you take those behaviors; those are driven by usually by emotions, and then that's why they become so difficult, because they turn into habits and they happen even without you thinking about them. So the idea behind like cognitive behavioral therapy is to take those types of negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative behaviors, and to modify them through small steps. So you don't try. So let's say let's take a cognitive behavioral approach to a fear of heights. So you have a fear of heights. That's in your body. You have bodily processes that once your eyes see distances, you have memories, you have thoughts, you have emotions, you have something, it could have been something that happened to you when you were 2 years old. You don't even remember it. It could just be something biological about you. You don't know. There's one thing in you that's driving that. You've got a group of behaviors that are driving this irrational fear. So what do you do about that? Well, if somebody just takes you up to the top of a tower, then you have like a complete panic attack. You have a total meltdown. That's no good. So a cognitive behavioral therapy approach would be literally, well, first, let's try standing on a chair. So let's do that. And then we'll try looking at pictures of tall places. And then maybe we'll try walking up some stairs, and on and on. So you have this kind of step-by-step process that what that does is it weeds out those emotions, and it weeds out all of those under the surface drivers, and it weeds those types of behaviors out. And it's in doing that in time you will be able to overcome those big fears. And that's kind of the way that cognitive behavioral therapy works. Again, this is a super simplified version of it. Like I say, people write books and go to college to learn how all this stuff works. But that's kind of the basic idea, and that's the approach that I give to everything. If you want to get better at something, if you want to exercise, then first you need to find a small step that you can commit to. You're not going to go, if you've never exercised a day in your life, you're not going to go to the gym for 3 hours a day. Or you might, for a few days, but it won't be very long before you're not going to do that anymore. So it's ultimately not productive. What you want to do is pick a small step and move towards that step. All right. I hope that you found this helpful, and I would love if you give me a comment and let me know what kind of small steps do you use to approach any kind of big goals. If there's anything that you got from this that you're interested in exploring, be sure to shoot me a message and let me know. Again, don't forget about my health and fitness group. Every Mondays and Fridays, you can come join us in our challenge group. Just go to joejustice.org/join, become part of it, and would love to see you there. It's been a lot of fun, and we're going to continue it through the summer. Hope that you have a wonderful Tuesday, this Transformation Tuesday, and we will talk again tomorrow. Bye for now.